Hello dear students. Through the upcoming videos, we shall try to study module 3, which is based on two-dimensional random variables, joint distributions. Introduction. Recall what we have studied in the first module, definition of random variable. It is defined as a real valued function defined over the sample space of a random experiment. Now we are going to define two-dimensional random variable. Let S be the sample space of a random experiment. Capital X and capital Y be two functions, each assigning a real number to each outcome of the random experiment. Then XY is called a two-dimensional random variable. If the possible values of XY are finite or countably infinite, then XY is called a two-dimensional discrete random variable. If xy assume all values in a specified region are in the xy plane, then xy is called a two-dimensional continuous random variable. Two random variables x and y is said to be jointly distributed if they are defined in the same probability space. The sample points are represented as two tuples like xy. More definitions in discrete case. Joint probability mass function. Remember, the probability density function in case of one-dimensional random variable, f of x is equal to probability capital X equal to small x. Analogous to that definition, we have here the new definition joint probability mass function, which is probability that the random variable capital X assumes one of its particular values. The random variable capital Y assumes one of its particular values, so that P of X equal to Xi, Y equal to Yi. Together, this probability is called a joint probability mass function denoted as f of Xi, Yi, or in other words, it is Pij. Since this is a probability, it satisfies the two conditions Pij greater than or equal to 0 and sum of all the probabilities equal to 1. Now we have another definition, marginal probability distribution. Marginal probability function of x. We fix a particular value xi of x and then we sum over all the possibilities of y. Then similarly, in order to define marginal probability function of y, we fix a particular value of yj and we sum over all the possibilities of x. So we shall explain this in detail when we take a particular example. Independent random variables. The two-dimensional random variable xy is said to be independent if f of xi, yj is equal to fx xi into fy yj for all xi yj. Mean of x and y. Mean of x is, as usual, it is sigma x into fx, but here in two-dimensional case, fx is not it is fxx. And in continuous case, it is integral over all x fxx dx. Similarly, the mean of y can be defined. Let us case a particular example. The joint probability distribution of x and y is fxy is equal to 2x plus 3y by 54 for x equal to 1, 2, y equal to 1, 2, 3. The questions are, find the marginal distributions of x and y, the means of x and y, and third question, check whether x and y are independent. Now see, this is a problem on joint discrete random variable. And we have to first construct a two-way table. And that two-way table represents the joint probability distribution of x and y. So let us construct that two-way table. X, y. X values are given as column headings, Y values are given as row headings. And we are going to construct this two-way table. The first cell The first cell corresponds to x equal to 1, y equal to 1, and we substitute the value x equal to 1, y equal to 1 into f of xy, and we have the first cell element as 2 into 1 plus 3 into 1 by 54, which is 5 by 54. And similarly, we have other elements. The second cell element, x equal to 2, y equal to 1, and hence we have 7 by 54, and hence you can see that the remaining elements can be constructed. Now we are going to find the marginal distributions of x and y. First, we shall find the marginal distribution of y. See, we are fixing a particular value of y. See the first value, how that is getting generated. We are fixing a particular value of y, say y equal to 1, and we are summing up all the possibilities of x. So for a particular value of y equal to 1, we are going to sum up 5 by 54 and 7 by 54, and hence the first value, first marginal density function of corresponding to y equal to 1 as 12 by 54. Now to get the second value, we are fixing a particular value y equal to 2, and we are summing up all the possibilities of x, and hence we have the second marginal density function of y corresponding to 2 as 8 by 54 plus 10 by 54 equal to 18 by 54. Now the third value is obtained by fixing y and adding up all the possibilities of x, and hence we have 11 plus 13 by 54 equal to 12 by 54. So these three values in blues represent the marginal density functions corresponding to y equal to 1, y equal to 2, and y equal to 3. Now we are going to generate the marginal density function corresponding to x. So consider the first column total. First column total means for a fixed value x equal to 1, we are summing up all the possibilities of y, 5 by 54 plus 8 by 54 plus 11 by 54, and that is equal to 12 by 54. Now we are going to have the second column total, which is actually corresponding to or fixing a particular value x equal to 2. We are summing up all the possibilities of y, and hence we have 7 plus 10 plus 13 whole divided by 54 equal to 30 by 54. Now just add up these column totals, which is 24 by 54 plus 30 by 54 equal to 54 by 54. And similarly add up the row totals, 12 by 54 plus 18 by 54 plus 24 by 54, that is also equal to 54 by 54, and hence you can see that the sum of the column totals equal to 1 equal to the sum of the row totals. So this FYY represents a marginal distribution of y, FXX, FXX, FXX represent the marginal distribution of x, FYY represent the marginal distribution of y. And as we can see, the property of that marginal density function gets satisfied here. Sum of all the probabilities is equal to 1. So that is the answer to the first question, marginal distribution of x and y. Now to the second question, my means of x and y. See, capital X 1, 2, FXX equal to 24 by 54, 30 by 54. Remember, we had in the previous slide, and this is actually the marginal distribution of X. And so we have here a probability distribution, and we have to get the mean of X. Mean of X is sigma X into FXX. So 1 into 24 by 54 plus 2 into 30 by 54, and that is expectation of X, that is equal to 84 by 54. Now we have the marginal distribution of y values and the corresponding marginal density function of y. Remember, we had a 12 by 54, 18 by 54, 24 by 54, and we have to get the mean of y, sigma y into fyy. So 1 into 12 by 54 plus 2 into 18 by 54 plus 3 into 24 by 54, and the answer is 120 by 54, and that is the mean of y. So that's the answer to the second question. Now the third question, we have to check whether they are independent, whether the two-dimensional random variable is independent or not. So for that, we have to take every pair fx into fyj and see whether it is equal to f of xi for all xi. Now let us take the case of the first cell itself. F of 1, 1, we know it is 5 by 54. But if x1 is 24 by 54, if y1 is 12 by 54, and we know its product is not equal to 5 by 54. So this result fails in the first cell itself, and therefore the random variable xy is not independent. So hence we have completed the answer to the question. So we checked, well, we found out the marginal distribution, we found out the mean of x, mean of y, and we checked the dependency with respect to the two-dimensional random variable. Thank you.